Welcome to GameInformer.com. I'm Ben Reeves. I'm joined by Andy McNamara.
Hi, Ben. How you doing?
Good, good. We are looking at the kind of opening moments of Prey from Arkane Studios. And Andy, you had a chance to play through this game. How was it?
Yeah, I got to play through it last week. It was fun to finally get to sit down and play it. I'm a big fan of Arcane and kind of, let's call them first-person thinking shooter games.
Sure.
And so this one is not only gorgeous to look at, as you can see kind of from this opening scene, but it is full of choice and different kind of paths and things that you can do that are the reason that I'm such a fan of the genre. So and this is a great example of it. And this starts off with a crazy beginning where it kind of for the sake of people that want to avoid spoilers, this is definitely sets you up and kind of sets up for what that Prey is more than it appears, as this is a kind of Groundhog's Day beginning.
Sure.
As we go here and explore.
Well, so far
Morgan Yu's apartment.
Yeah, so far they've showed off a lot of stuff regarding the space station and the aliens, so it's exciting to see it starts off actually at home on Earth, like that kind of looks like, I don't know if they said, it looks like San Francisco.
I don't recall what city it was, but I know that it does look like San Francisco when you fly around. We'll get a good flyby here in a second. But the game, basically, the second I hit start, it was like choose between either male or female Morgan Yu, and I picked female Morgan Yu. And then it immediately goes to the scene that we start with here in the building and the kind of simple quest to get to the helicopter as I start a normal day, or what appears to be a normal day.
I like those, not that this is a horror game, but kind of like tense horror-ish vibe, but they always start kind of light and very sleek. A lot of sun. I kind of like when horror movies or horror games start out that way. Looks like they're starting this way as well. Kind of reminds me of Soma a little bit. I don't know if you played Soma, but Soma had an opening kind of like that. And this game has been obviously compared to stuff like BioShock and System Shock as well.
Yeah, I think, and this scene feels very Rockstar to me, actually, as you kind of go through the credits and fly through the world.
Yeah, I can see that. Reminiscent of GTA 5.
Yeah, so it's the beginning of the game is quite interesting, and it really does open itself up to like what the game is, and that is the thing. I played it for about an hour, and this is actually me playing right now as I look around inside the helicopter. Is that this opening has some kind of challenges the way you think about what the game is about. But at the same time, too, after playing for an hour, I had a lot of questions still left. I think there's a lot to unravel as far as what is going on in this story, what is going on in this world, what is happening to you as the player, and just how you're going to solve the challenges in the world. Because there really are, it's kind of one of those classic things where there's non-lethal weapons, there's lethal weapons, there's all these big giant skill trees that have things like hacking, or you can, heal better, fight better, lift things, that all that kind of play into how you want to play. And that classic kind of Deus Ex, Arcane style.
Here we are, Ms. Yu. Mind the glass on the way out. Good luck to you.
Hello, Dr. Yu.
Later in the game, you can hack these guys or use them for information as you cruise around the world of Prey. Because eventually, this is on Earth, but eventually you move up to Talos 1, the space station, as things kind of move forward. We're gonna see what here is we're gonna get a chance to meet your brother here very shortly once we get moving. So this is probably where we want to watch for a bit and see the kind of intro as it unfolds, and then basically there's kind of you'll see as it sets off and begins the kind of groundhog moment that we'll kind of revisit.
Hey, you don't look terrible in a TranStar uniform. How's your eye? Still red? I know the test might seem a little unconventional, but it's a you family tradition. Breaking convention is in our blood. Once you start the test, just do whatever comes natural. Don't overthink it. Dr. Bellamy's gonna walk you through the process. You're in good hands. We'll be in orbit next week. I promise.
Mr. Yu, they're ready for your sister in room A.
Right. Listen, just be yourself. I'll see you after.
Good morning, Morgan. I'm Dr. Bellamy. Looks like we have some tests to run through today. Probably not the kind of thing you're used to, I imagine, but trust me, you're going to do fantastic. All good? Great. Let's begin. For this first test, I'd like you to remove the boxes from the red circle as quickly as you can. Just go with your gut. Okay? Wonderful. Press the red button when you're ready. Wonderful. You're absolutely fine. Let's move on to room B then. Okay, Morgan, listen carefully. I'd like you to do your best to hide in this room. Take your time, relax, think it over. No, I'm kidding. You only have 9 seconds. Hit the red button when you're ready to start.
Look, is she? She's hiding behind the chair.
Any synaptic register at all? No? No, that's fine. Sorry, let's keep things moving, Morgan. Head into room C. You're doing marvelous. All right. Here we go. For this test, please press the blue button across the room as quickly as you can in the most natural, intuitive way possible, without thinking. Just go for it. Press the red button when you're ready. I'm sorry, can someone please explain to me what's happening? Simmons?
I installed exactly what Tina brought down.
Did you double check?
Speaker's still on.
I apologize, Morgan. We're having some trouble with the equipment. Not your fault. You're doing fabulous, actually. One last room. Let's step into D. Can someone get me a cup of coffee? I would appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, Morgan. Have a seat at the table for me, please. Wonderful job. Take a look at the screen in front of you. I'm going to show you a series of questions. Pick the answer that makes the most sense to you. Press start on the screen when you're ready. Good. Looks like you've got the hang of it. Keep going. That's heavy stuff. Good. Next. Almost done. interesting. Well done. Well done. We're nearly through it. For this next part, I'm going to display an image. I want you to take a good look at it. In a moment, I'm going to ask you what... where's my coffee? It's empty.
Alex,
Simmons, what's going on?
we have a problem.
What about Morgan?
She's alive, sedated.
Clean it up. I'm on my way.
Good morning, Morgan. Today is Monday, March 15th, 2032.
We saw the opening scene. Andy, I definitely have a lot of questions still. I don't know if all your questions were answered.
Well, exactly, and it's like you expect Sonny and Cher to be playing right now as you wake up again in your apartment, doing the same things you did before, but this time it's a little different, which is kind of how the game. This is where the game really starts after that intro.
Sure.
Put on your suit again, and then kind of quickly, as I'm figuring out right now as I'm playing, is like this isn't the way things are supposed to be going. So it's like, I don't remember this being able to look at my email before, so immediately I take a look.
It's kind of new.
And yeah, exactly.
Leave
And
now.
so it's really cool. Yeah. And the message is pretty clear to get out, which is you can see we kind of ran out of the hallway and where there was that lady sitting there working nicely on her stuff. She is now dead. And I took the wrench because what's a game without a little wrench to inflict some violence? So that's where things start to get tricky, is to how you get here, how you get to Talos 1.
Sure.
These are all the kind of things that you start to unravel as you start to play the game. And as you see, there's like the wrench and these people who are frozen. And this is because they had the goo gun, which I used a couple times in this demo, and it's tough. There's a part where I die in the full length when I did it, but it's the goo gun's kind of interesting. You can like freeze the mimics into place and then kill them with the wrench. But it also can be used to make like platforms that you can jump on to kind of move around the world, or to just find new ways to solve puzzles, to get in and out and around the space station.
Oh, don't stick that in right. Yeah, I always like those weapons that kind of double as like a weapon and a environmental tool, let's say.
Yeah, exactly. And that was basically a neuro implant. Those are the things that I use to kind of like advance my character and what I can do and how I can do things. Here's an example of the hacking mechanic, which I took hacking, which I found to be a pretty useful early skill in the game. But it was tricky at the end. You have to actually hit like F or C or X or Z. It throws a random letter at you at the end after you kind of get there, which I did screw up once or twice trying to solve those things. Those guys right there are larger mimics, the Phantoms, correct? That basically used to be humans that were on the service station.
Sure.
One of the cool things they did in this game is that actually all the people that are in the game, they all have names, they all have jobs. There's actually like when you're in the security office, which is where I believe I am now, maybe, you know. Mm-hmm. And you can find a list of everyone who's on the space station and where they are, and you can go try to find them all. In fact, you can find out whether they may not all be alive, but
maybe they're a phantom now or
everywhere.
whatever.
If I'm talking to myself, it must be. Your memory's shot full of holes, I know. I'm sorry, but it's permanent. So the first thing you need to know is you can trust January. It's an operator, a sort of backup of you and me. It knows what you've forgotten. We've been testing a new kind of neuromod based on the Typhon organisms, mapping their neural patterns onto ours. Problem is, when you uninstall a neuromod, it resets your memory back to the moment you first put it in. That's why you forget. There's supposed to be a process that brings you back up to speed between test runs. But someone could just skip that part, turn a single day into your entire life. Well, that's exactly what Alex did. The question is, why? You're not going to like what I have to say next.
I was able to cruise around and see some other parts outside of the demo where I kind of went to other areas of the space station, which you could have done, I think, before you found the video as well. Depends on how you approached it.
Right.
But a chance to I found like a weird like crossbow that shot foam arrows. That was actually in the marketing and sales department here on Talos One.
Of course they have
those
that
guys.
marketing team. I do like the animation work on these enemies. It's extra creepy.
Yeah, they remind me of like it's been a while since I've had to kill crabs, head crabs in
Half-Life,
in
yeah.
Half-Life, but it's the same idea. You have to like look on the ground and they kind of jump around you and like you kind of lose track of where they are at times, and sometimes you're like, oh, there's 3 crabs and you kill 3 of them rather easily, and there's other times where you just can't seem to
Right.
reach the little buggers, and
Just all over the
you're a
place.
disaster.
So you picked up a weapon. I know they talked about ammo might be a little more scarce than you'd like. You kind of got to be clever with your shots.
It definitely is, and I used it to come kill these phantoms, and it's silenced too, so it's not like it's a stealth game, but you can come across different solutions to like, hey, I need a passkey to get past this door, I can use vents to get around it. This isn't a full stealth game where you're going to play the whole game like a ninja, but there are times when you need to use it to get past things, and I'm sure there'll be someone who'll play the whole game in stealth, but for most, there's no real punishment for being obnoxious or stealthy.
Right. Did you get a Dishonored vibe at all, or does it feel like it's sort of own thing? Can you tell the lineage
Well, I mean, I
of
get
Arkane here?
Yeah, I think I just got the vibe, and just that like, there's choice, there's interesting like rabbit holes that you find, like you're like, oh, what's in here, and then you're like, whoa, there's a lot more in here than I thought there was, kind of thing. That there's those things to explore and figure out. The weapons are definitely something that like feel really powerful in the game right now. I mean, it doesn't feel like it's a weapon game, at least yet. I mean, I'm only an hour in, and like I said, I felt like I had a lot of questions when I finished this hour playthrough. But I did say I love the graphics, really enjoyed the UI, even though it's a little clumsy at times as I figured it out. But once I got it down, it really made sense to me. And I like kind of looking at the different skills. I mean, the game definitely feels like it has a lot of playthroughs to it.
Sure.
So. I really enjoyed that first hour of Prey. I can't wait to play more.
Yeah, and I think the only question I have is, should people be excited for this game?
Yeah, I mean, I am. I mean, I'm a big time fan of like Dishonored 2, BioShock, System Shock, all the games that would be, I would say, in the same genre and world as this, and Prey, from what I saw, is another kind of shining, stunning example of that gameplay done today, and I really enjoyed my time, and I want to know what's up with Talos 1 and what's up with Morgan Yu.
Yeah, that all sounds great, and the game looks fantastic, as you can see. So, big fan of Dishonored. If you're a fan of Dishonored and you like BioShock, System Shock type games, like, definitely keep Prey on your radar. Thanks for showing it off, Andy. And thanks for watching, everybody. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel for more video-related content, and go to GameInformer.com/Prey, where you can check out a month worth of video and interview features about the game that were featured during our month of Prey coverage for the cover story.